Okay,
Back live.
I think. I'm gonna see if. Yep. Says live, but nobody's come on yet. Hang on. Okay.
Good to go?
I think so. We got 1, 2. Sorry, couple technical difficulties. Wi-Fi. So we're back. I published the last video where it ended, so hopefully we'll just pick up. I tried to stop them before they went too far. So.
All right, we'll pick back up kind of where we left off. Next area we look at while we got the driver in the cockpit, or the area.
Now we're back. Okay.
All right, here's a good example. This is the SFI padding. It's the hard, dense stuff. It's really not any amount more expensive. And you can see it's going to have, typically it's branded. It's going to have the labeling on it. It's the way you want to go with cockpit padding now. It's going to absorb the impact for that. Jim, next we jump into driver suits.
Driver suits, guys. The SFI rating. So this is number 5. Number 5 gives you like 10 seconds of protection. So when you guys are looking at your suits and buying suits, you can buy the minimum grade, that's 3 seconds of protection, or you can spend a little more money and give yourself a chance.
One thing that you can really do to help yourself, and I know it's hot for you drivers in the car, it's just as hot and crappy in the summer for us officials wearing our outfits, but wearing that Nomex underwear, that layering effect helps tremendously when you're in that situation.
A couple years ago now, I think it was, we're at the PRI show. For those that don't know what that is, it's a trade show that's down in Indianapolis, and us as inspectors go there to look at products. And they actually had a demonstration where they had a driving suit on a mannequin and put flames to it, and they had a cotton t-shirt and a lot of the new athletic wear that guys like to wear that will try to take sweat away from your body. And all it did, the suit was perfectly fine and gave the 10 to 20 seconds protection that it was supposed to, but that stuff melted to the mannequin in between your driving suit and their body. And that means you're probably going to end up in surgery having that removed from your body. So think about that when you jump in with your cotton t-shirt on, or that exercise stuff that guys like to wear. It makes it pretty dangerous.
On that same note too, Jim, that's also part of the suit. We jump in, we gloves, same SFI tag rating. Every summer we go through this. Mechanics gloves are wonderful gloves, great product. They are not fire rated. They should not be being worn on the racetrack by drivers. You need SFI tag fire retardant gloves. Also on that note, shoes and socks. Burns on your feet are just as painful as burns on your hands. And your feet being down low, if you have a situation, oil, fire, your feet are going to get it. You want to make sure you're protecting all parts of your body. Next thing we typically look at, Dave, helmets.
We look at the crash helmet, the safety helmet. An absolutely vital, important piece of equipment to never scrimp your money on. A properly designed helmet is lightweight, it's protective, but that doesn't mean that it can be anything other than a racing helmet. Racing helmets are identified inside by a tag that specifically states that they are a racing helmet. And when you see us reaching around looking for that tag, what we want to see is an SA tag, Snell approval,
It's in the back.
and in this one it's right here. You can see that SA20. The SA is the Snell approval for 2015. That means that it meets the criteria that the Snell Foundation has put together to evaluate the crashworthiness of this particular helmet system. And it is a system. Please remember that. the properly fitting helmet is where you begin. If it doesn't fit well, it's not going to protect you at all. In fact, it may exacerbate a problem with your head. You need to have padding that's in good condition. You need to have a restraining strap that's in good condition. We look at that with exactly the same care that we look at the seat belts. You need to have a face shield that's in equally good condition that allows clear vision. I don't want you to be on the racetrack at 100 miles an hour and not be able to see where you're going. If you're using tear-offs, we want to make sure that those tear-offs are anchored to a system on the helmet that is designed to hold them. Also, when you do replace the face shield on the helmet, it's one of the most integral and most overlooked pieces of the helmet. If you don't buy a face shield that's designed and sold by the company that sold and manufactured the helmet, you're doing yourself a huge disservice because it's designed to work as a system. The other thing that we look at, other than the date and the interior surfaces, we look at the exterior surfaces. Don't use this as a weapon. Don't throw it at the guy that ran you off the racetrack. It's not very effective because they're very light now and it won't hurt him anyway. So we want to make sure that you've got a good crack-free, nice smooth surface that's free of defects. My advice is if you have a compromised helmet, the $300 or $400 or $500 it costs you to replace it doesn't go very far in a neurological surgical situation. So take care of your noggin and take care of your helmet, and you'll be racing a lot longer.
Dave, you want to touch on mounting your tethers for your head and neck restraint?
Exactly, yeah, that's a good point, Jerry. Make sure that when you buy the helmet that you are in contact with the manufacturer, or that you have reviewed the information that provides assuredness that your particular Hans system will bolt correctly or accommodate the hardware that you need on your helmet. That's another thing that we look at when we're inspecting helmets, is to make sure that that mounting spot for tethers has not been compromised in any way. It's extremely important. So if you've had to, if you have, for instance, cross-threaded some mounting screws, that's not acceptable. That helmet is now junk.
No. And under no circumstances should anyone be field altering a helmet for those mounting systems. You're taking a tremendous amount of liability in your hands that I would not want to put anyone in that position.
Right.
Guys, I think that pretty much covers the primary safety gear. That'll wrap up session 101. We'll look for 201, where we start getting division specific. Once again, I got to thank Mike Miller for cordially offering his shop. Open a pipe back there. Thank you, Mike.
Wave, Mike.
Jim Tremblay, Dave Casper, Chris Shepard. We appreciate your efforts, and hopefully we'll get this put together. We'll get 201 put together, and probably about 2 weeks we'll get this set up. Right, Chris?
Yep.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again at session